Ever feel like your home is your ultimate sanctuary, and the idea of someone else entering it just stresses you out? You're not alone. For some of us, our personal space is more than just a place to live. It's an extension of our minds, a carefully curated environment where we can finally recharge and be ourselves. When someone else steps into that space, it can feel like an intrusion, a disruption to our inner peace. But it's not that we don't like our friends, it's just that the energy required to host can feel completely draining. So, why do some people get so anxious about having guests over? A lot of it comes down to personality. If you're an introvert, you probably draw your energy from being alone. Socializing, especially in your own home, can deplete your energy reserves faster than a phone on 1%. For highly sensitive people, the sensory overload of having someone else in your space, their voice, their movements, even their presence can feel overwhelming. It's not about being rude, it's about protecting your mental and emotional battery. There are deeper reasons too. For many, a home is a place of control in a world that often feels chaotic. We decide where everything goes, what the schedule is, and what the vibe feels like. A visitor, no matter how welcome, introduces an element of unpredictability. Suddenly, you're worried about whether they're comfortable, if your place is clean enough, or if you're being a good host. This pressure can trigger social anxiety and a fear of judgment. It's a performance. And for some, the stage fright is real, even in our own living rooms. This need to keep people out can also be a sign of strong personal boundaries. It's a way of saying, this is my space to be vulnerable, to be messy, to be completely unfiltered, and I'm not ready to share that with just anyone. It reflects a deep need for security and a safe retreat from the demands of the outside world. It doesn't mean you're antisocial. It just means your social comfort zone has a very clear front door. It's about managing your energy and maintaining your sense of self in a way that feels right for you. So, how do we understand this without passing judgment? The key is empathy. Instead of seeing it as a rejection, try to see it as a form of self-care. When a friend says they'd rather meet up at a cafe than have you over, they're not pushing you away. They're just choosing a setting where they can give you their best, most present self without the added stress of hosting. They're communicating their needs, and respecting those needs is one of the greatest gifts you can give a friend. Understanding this difference builds stronger, more authentic connections based on mutual respect, not social obligation. Ultimately, whether you read The One Who Loves a Full House or The One Who'd rather lock the door, it's all about knowing yourself and honoring what you need. There's no right or wrong way to be. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more content that makes you feel understood. See you next time. Ever feel like your home is your ultimate sanctuary, and the thought of someone else entering it just makes your skin crawl? You're not alone. It's not that you're rude or antisocial. It's just that having people over can feel like a massive invasion of your personal space. It's like your home is an extension of your own mind, your own safe haven, and letting someone in feels like letting them into the most private parts of yourself. When guests arrive, suddenly your peaceful retreat is filled with noise, movement, and expectations. You have to be on, making conversation, worrying if they're comfortable, and silently counting down the minutes until you can have your space back. This can be incredibly draining, especially if you're more introverted. So, what does this say about your personality? Well, for starters, it probably means you're an introvert. Introverts recharge their energy by spending time alone, while social gatherings tend to drain them. Having guests over isn't just a simple visit. It's a full-on energy expenditure. It also points to having strong personal boundaries. You have a clear sense of where your comfort zone ends, and you're naturally protective of it. This isn't a flaw, it's a form of self-preservation. It shows you value your peace and mental well-being. Think of it like this: your social battery has a limited capacity, and you choose to use that energy wisely. Hosting might just be a high-cost activity that you'd rather not invest in, and that's perfectly okay. Let's dive deeper into the emotional and mental reasons behind this feeling. For many, it's rooted in a fear of judgment. When someone enters your home, you might feel like your life is on display. Every dusty corner, every mismatched piece of furniture, every little imperfection feels magnified. It's as if they're not just visiting your house, they're critiquing your entire life. This can trigger a lot of anxiety and a need for everything to be perfect, which is an impossible standard to meet. There's also the mental load of being a host. You're constantly anticipating their needs, managing the conversation, and trying to create a good experience. It's a performance, and performing for hours on end is exhausting. Your home is where you can finally drop the mask and just be yourself. Visitors force you to put that mask right back on. Understanding this personality type without judgment is key. It's not about being unfriendly or unwelcoming. It's about recognizing different needs for social interaction and personal space. For someone who dreads having visitors, their home is their fortress of solitude. It's where they process their thoughts, decompress from the stresses of the outside world, and feel truly secure. Forcing them to host is like asking a fish to climb a tree. It goes against their fundamental nature. Instead of judging, try to appreciate their honesty and their need for boundaries. Perhaps suggest meeting at a neutral location like a coffee shop or a park. This allows for social connection without the pressure and anxiety of inviting someone into their most personal environment. It's about respecting their comfort levels and finding a middle ground that works for everyone. True friendship is about understanding and accepting each other, quirks and all. So, if you're someone who gets stressed about having people over, know that there's nothing wrong with you. You're just wired differently. It's important to honor your own needs and communicate your boundaries clearly and kindly. And if you have a friend like this, be the person who understands and suggests a different way to connect. In a world that often glorifies being a social butterfly, it's vital to remember that there's beauty and strength in quiet solitude too. Thanks so much for watching. If this resonated with you, give us a like and hit that subscribe button for more content that helps you understand yourself and the world around you. See you next time.